It can't. Horo cannot solo dungeons, and I am just gonna basically tell you how I came to this. Now, you're probably wondering, why would you name the video How to Solo Dungeons with Horo if Horo cannot solo dungeons? And there is only one reason I did that, and that's because if you're a Horo user and you're clicking on this video to watch a guide on how to solo dungeons, if I give you the answer from the start, it will save you a lot of time and you'll pretty much just get the idea you cannot solo dungeons with this fruit. So when I was soloing dungeons, I did around from I did 3 dungeons, and every time I did them I would get inside the range from waves 10 and 12 was the highest I ever got. Now there was multiple problems, and from the clip that you're seeing right now, like, spoiler alert, I only got up to like wave 10. And that's just because Horo, it simply wasn't made to solo dungeons. Like, it really wasn't. I don't even know what the main purpose of the fruit would be, because like for PvP it doesn't even seem that good too. But yeah, let me just get back to how come you can't solo dungeons with Horo. So I might as well just start off with the build. So I put around 600 points into my Devil Fruit. I'm not sure, but I'll have the exact build up on the screen right now. And yeah, as you can see, I had a lot of points in the Devil Fruit. And keep in mind, I was also a mink because I'm using my friend's account to record this. But I was a mink, which means that I had to put even less into stamina. And one of the main problems was that I was losing a lot of stamina, which is, it's not good, because the strategy I was thinking, you could just do Soul Unbound, and then you can do like basically the explosive barrage, and you'll be able to just easily kill all the NPCs or one-shot them. And that is exactly what I was thinking, until I actually went in and attempted 3 times and realized, you cannot just do that, which is exactly what happened. So pretty much, when you use Soul Unbound, your stamina would just get drained. Like, I even started up a stopwatch and it lasted 44 seconds with 1,300 stamina with Mink before my stamina was done. And 44 seconds, it's not enough for like all of the NPCs to come around you, considering the fact that you also need enough stamina to use your skills. So it's like, yeah, you can pretty much see why Horo isn't good for dungeons just from that. But just in case that's not enough for you and you still have hope that you can actually solo dungeons with Horo, then I'll keep on going. So besides the stamina being a problem and me having like 600 into fruit and that's still not being enough, the cap for the explosive skill is 19. Now keep in mind, it does send out more hollows the more you have into fruit. So I was sending out around like 6 to 7 hollows, and it was actually one-shotting everything. It's just that if I was to use the hollows on wave 7, it would still be on cooldown midway between wave 8. Which means it would still be on cooldown by the time the NPCs are either in front of my face or they're attacking me. Which isn't good, because you would die, which is what you don't want to happen, because it's a solo dungeon. So yeah, like the cooldown it's just so long, and I'm not even considering any of the other Horo skills, because the skills that are exclusive to Soul Unbound, they're not bad, but it's like they don't do enough damage. And inside Soul Unbound, if you take what's the skill? It's like that one sword style skill where it's like a green bubble around you. If that hits you, it sends you straight back to your body. If Kiribachi start hitting you, it sends you straight back to your body. And one sword style NPCs plus Kiribachi NPCs, we can all agree, are the most deadliest NPCs in dungeons. So it's like, if you get hit by some of the easiest skills to land from them, it's just like, it's really just crazy. Anyways though, let me continue talking about the skills for Horo. So like the big skill, or should I just say like the ultimate, which is called Kamikaze Hollow, that skill is so mediocre. Like, it's not even that reliable. I'm pretty sure it still does enough damage to one-shot all of the NPCs for like every single round up to 25, which is good. It's just that you have to also keep in mind you're fighting bosses. Especially on wave 20, you have to fight 2 bosses. I was struggling with the wave 5 boss, which was Mira, and I have like over 600 fruit. Horo, it's really not made to solo dungeons, because like with the Mira boss, I would use a full barrage of the explosive hollows and it wouldn't die. I think it took me 3 full barrages of the explosive hollows just for the mirror boss to die. And keep in mind, this was also like considering me M1ing. I mean, I was doing like 10 damage per M1, 7 damage per M1, but 3 barrages of the explosive hollows and the cooldown for it is so long. Yeah, even if you was to find a way to solo dungeons with Horo, it's not going to be inside a good amount of time, because nobody wants to spend over 30 to 40 minutes soloing with a fruit that's just simply not made to solo. So even if you see another guide, I'm pretty sure this it will take them over 30 minutes tops to solo dungeons with Horo, which is why mine is just like, I'm being so real with you. Even if you find a way to solo dungeons with Horo, it's not going to be worth it. That much time to just solo a dungeon with this rare fruit, which was made definitely not to solo dungeons, it's really not worth it. So even with all those factors, I'm pretty sure that I can list a couple more, and what I'll do for that is, I guess I'll just talk about the rest of the skills. Negative Hollow, why would you even use that? It's just a stun skill that hits 1 NPC. I don't even have to explain for that. A skill that hits 1 NPC when what you want to do is to do big damage and one-shot them as if you're using P10 from Mira. Negative Hollow is just not reliable. The only skills that you really would be using is your ultimate, which is the Kamikaze, and explosive hollows, which is like basically the barrage of them. And even still, let me just start talking about the boss rounds. You cannot beat boss rounds. I already discussed the boss rounds, so I'm just gonna keep this brief. But there's no way that you're gonna be able to beat the boss rounds with any of those skills. Horo really is just not made to solo dungeons. You can probably run like a sword build and use Horo as a support, but that's besides the point of soloing dungeons with your devil fruit, which is what I'm pretty sure everybody wants to do. So you pretty much get the idea for this video. I'm not gonna drag it on any longer. You really cannot solo dungeons with Horo, and I'm pretty sure somebody will somehow make a video on how you can solo dungeons with Horo, but just keep in mind that would probably take a very long amount of time, which is probably 30 minutes tops, which is like, it's crazy. So I recommend that you just take my advice and give up on trying to solo dungeons with Horo, because it really is not going to be possible. Like, it really isn't. So yeah, besides that, I hope that update 4.5 is going nice for you. I've been grinding. I don't really have that much drops besides the scythe. Anyways though, I'm not going to fix my inventory. I'm just going to end the video off. So thanks for watching. I hope that I saved a good amount of Horo users some time. People on my community poll even voted it themselves that this fruit won't be able to solo dungeons, and like, I fully agree with them, but I still want to give it a shot, which is what I did. So yeah, as you can see, it was a very bad shot. Anyways though, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. If you didn't, then you don't have to do any of that, and I hope that you have a nice day.